as a venue? And also, do you personally follow the career of a specific basketball player?
What was your first part of your question?
Do you think, what do you think are the main lessons that Mexico can offer as venue?
Okay. It's hard for me to the venue question. I'm probably not as prepared to answer. I think that's more of kind of an operations issue in my mind. I know for us when we played there last time, it was just it was an exciting place to play. I think the fan base and just a really enthusiastic and great experience. As far as yeah, I was in Atlanta 10 years ago and Gustavo Ayón was a player. And I followed him with his career, you know, as he left the NBA and Real Madrid. But more specifically, when I was coaching in college at the University of Missouri, Eduardo Nájera was playing at Oklahoma. So we had a chance to compete against them for a number of years, and they were awful good. And he was the primary reason that they were so good. So I can't say that I enjoyed watching him play back then because he was usually beating us, but he's someone who I've followed for a long time.
Thank you so much. We have time for 2 more questions. Our next question is coming from Reforma. Diego, you can unmute your line and ask your question.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach. Coach, what chance will he make in the offensive system for this season for the Atlanta Hawks? Because you have more than 10 players with double digits. All the players touch the ball in the court.
Yeah, I think it's been something that our entire team has embraced. And we want to be a balanced team, but more importantly, I think, you know, that scoring being balanced is what we really want to do, is be an unselfish team that moves the ball and the ball finds the person with the best opportunity and the best shot. And sometimes, you know, the players that are actually creating the shots, it speaks to, you know, to Trae Young and his unselfishness and, you know, the ball being in his hands, and DeJounte Murray and their willingness to pass and make plays. And I think that's an infectious thing for our team. And the fact that the scoring ends up being balanced as much as anything is we want everybody to be able to participate. And, you know, 5 guys playing offense, just like 5 guys playing defense. And it's something that, you know, that's important to our group and that they've embraced.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our last question is going to Juan Gonzalez. You can unmute and ask your question, please.
Hi, Coach. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Juan.
In a road trip like this one, it's normal that the players get tired, you know? Because I know you are professional, but you're also human. Regardless of the physical factor or the attitude, how do you keep your players in the mental side required for the season in this type of road trips, the motivation?
Yeah, well, you make a good point that you know, there's going to be physical fatigue that comes with playing, you know, NBA games, and particularly when you're on the road and you're flying and you're going to bed later at times, you're getting up, you're playing back-to-backs. But equally important, I think, as you mentioned, is there's an emotional fatigue, you know, particularly when you're in a competitive game, whether you win or you lose. You know, you expend a lot of emotional energy and psychological energy. And oftentimes when you are physically fatigued, you know, you can rely on that and that adrenaline, whether it be the competition in a game, the crowd. There's a lot of things that can help you, you know, lift you up. But I think as far as coaches helping to manage that, I think you just have to be really aware and be willing to adapt. You know, when you can feel like your team is tired, that, you know, maybe you cut back on something or you change something, you know, you watch less film or you watch more film, or, you know, you get up and have an early shoot around, or you do a scouting report before the game. I mean, there's so many ways, you know, something as simple, let's go to dinner as a team. Sometimes that has a way of recharging people emotionally. So lots of things you can do, but I think it starts with, as you said, you know, just having an awareness that that's going on.
Yeah, thank you, Saddiq. Good morning, Sebastian Rodriguez for Claro Sports. I have a couple questions regarding your trip to Mexico City. The first one, does this trip affect your agenda in any in any way? And second question, do you think that the NBA, considering the distance that you guys have between, for example, Atlanta to Mexico City, would consider Mexico out of the equation for the expansion that they have planned in the near future?
Okay, let me try to answer your first question. No, I think, it's a great opportunity to be able to play in a different environment. This is a blessing to be able to do that. And I'm, excited to be able to play a game there. And I hope I know it's going to be exciting, a lot of fans. So I just think it's good for the league to be able to, have games in different places of the world. And but I have no idea, to be honest with you, if what the league wants to decide as far as another team or where else to play. So I can't answer that one, but I am excited to play.
Thank you so much. Our next question goes to El Universal. Nico, you can unmute your line.
Hey, Saddiq. So the thing with the altitude is something we've been talking with also Trey and Quinn. They made clear the point that you can't really train for that. You have to get used to. But have you guys been working on something to not get that tired here in Mexico?
Like you said, something that we can't really plan for. We just gotta hope the conditioning and the shape that we're getting in playing these games and practicing and stuff like that just helps us be as prepared as possible. So it's gonna be a good challenge, a good adjustment. But like you said, we ain't not gonna really know how it feels until we actually play.
Thank you so much. The next question goes to Claro Sport. Hector. Hector?
Thanks, Sharon. Thank you. Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting myself. Thanks for your time, Saddiq. Two-parter. You played in France with the Pistons. What's it like to play in front of an international audience and all the fans that the NBA has worldwide? Maybe that you can also experience again here in Mexico. And also, Orlando and Atlanta are not the most popular teams in Mexico. You have the Lakers and the Bulls and whatnot, but they are really young and exciting teams with a lot of the ingredients to be key contenders in the East. You have a lot of playmakers, shooting, defense, things like that. Could this be maybe like a playoff preview here in Mexico City?
Yeah, the first part you said about the Paris, yeah, it was a crazy experience for me to be able to play my first time ever in Europe, and being able to play in front of those fans. It was a different energy. It was packed. It was not one seat open, and I'm assuming it's gonna be the same way when we play Mexico. So I'm excited for that, and it was a crazy experience. And second part to your question, yeah, it's just it's gonna be two teams, two young teams going at it for sure. We just can't wait to compete, try to put on a show, for all the fans watching. So we just can't wait for it.
Thank you so much. Our next question is going to Medio Tiempo. Mario, you can unmute your line and ask your question, please.
Sure. Thank you, Sharon. Saddiq, coming into your fourth season, what do you think it makes this particular Atlanta Hawks team so special?
I think we have, all the talent in the world across the board. I think most important is that we, all are buying in and want to win together, playing unselfishly, cheering and hoping, for all of us to buy in to be the best team we could be. So we just excited each and every day, and we know that the sky's the limit. And I just think for us, we're coming in with an approach that we want to win every game and try to be the best team we could be by the end of the year. So, that's a great challenge.
Thank you so much. Our next question comes from El Economista, Marisol.
Hello, thank you. Coach Snyder just commented that traveling can cause fatigue. Do you know how many commercial or social meetings you have to attend in Mexico, and how can this cause fatigue before the game?
Yeah, I have no idea what the schedule is going to be like out there. But we have a tremendous staff around us. From players, from the coaching staff to medical staff to training that they'll help us be ready. To the best of our ability. So, like you said, we can't really plan for it, but I trust the staff around us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next question goes to Publimetro. It's Edison.
Thanks, Sharon. Hi, Saddiq. Well, I have two questions. One, what do you think about this new intermediate tournament like you played on the NBA, no? It's a new modality. And my second question is, what can you guarantee the Mexican NBA fans will see the next week on this game versus?
You mind repeating that first question?
Yeah, what do you think of the new intermediate tournament that will you play in the NBA?
Okay. Oh, yeah. So for the first one, yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting to be able to play in season tournament. It gives more incentive. We already play hard and want to win every game, but it gives it even more of an incentive to try to win something. It's something that we can win. It's a trophy that we can get. So, we're going to try our hardest and our best to do it and to win. And, to look forward to the game next week. I think, everybody's just going to try to put on the show and try to be as exciting. We're going to obviously try to win and just try to, give the crowd and, all the fans, the excitement that they're looking for, a real competitive game. So, we're just looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next question goes to Basketballeros. Roberto.
Thank you, Sharon. Saddiq, hi, how you doing? I remember your last season with the Pistons as a leading scorer from the team. Now, how you adapt to this new role with the Hawks? Because you have scorers like Trae Young, like Murray. How could you describe your role?
Just giving whatever the team needs, whatever the coaching staff asks for. For me, I just try to be the best player I could be, and try to be adaptable, whether it's on the defensive end, offensive end, no matter what, try to be the best two-way player I can be and try to help the team, whatever we need at that moment. So for me, it's just to always be ready and, just try to contribute to winning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next question goes to Juan Gonzalez.
Hi, nice to meet you. First of all, congratulations, not just because of your performance on the court, but off the court. I just watched this post on Instagram where you gave a child your jersey because he flew 9,000 miles to watch a game. Or the program you had last September with Nordstrom giving a pair of shoes to the local students in Atlanta. From the human side, how does it feel? What gives you this kind of experiences for you and being a role for the kids?
It's very important, for me, is to try to be involved with the community, the youth as much as possible. For that example, last night, I never got a chance to ever sit that close to a game, as a kid, and I would have loved to be able to meet NBA players, as a child. So, I know, it's a lot of fans, especially when I see kids, very young and have the opportunity. I want to be the best I can be to try to, show them and, show them that it's more accessible and that they can strive to be whatever they want to be. Even though I am trying to be locked in as focused as I can be, but I try to do the best I can, to show that love, and then just any other off the court things, it's just, I was a child, I was a kid, at one point, and I just wanted to give kids opportunities that, maybe not everyone had. So I'm just, I'm blessed to be able to play this game. And for me, I think it's just the due diligence and my duty to be responsible with a platform to be able to help as many people as I can. So that's just a blessing.
Thank you so much. We have time for 2 more questions. The next question comes from Azteca Deportes. Ruben, you can unmute and ask your question, please.
Hi, Saddiq. You came from the Pistons, which were in a rebuilding mood back then. Now you are in Atlanta, where you are trying to compete. What's been your adjustment as a player?
I think it's the same approach, just to try to be ready to do my job every day, work as hard as I can, be ready for whatever the game holds. So I think it's the same approach. Just lock in, be focused, and just try to be the hardest worker and play as hard as I can each and every day.